Dear students, in this video we are going to work on the analytical treatment of parallelogram law of vector addition. Just as the statement, I am representing two vectors A and B by the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram OPSQ. Their resultant according to parallelogram law of vector addition is given by the diagonal, which is beginning from the common point of the two vectors A and B. Now it is very evident from the figure that the length of side OP gives me the magnitude of vector A, and the length of side OQ gives me the magnitude of vector B, and the length of diagonal OS gives me the magnitude of R. In order to find the magnitude of the resultant, the first step that we are going to follow is we are going to draw a perpendicular SN on OP produced. So this angle would be 90 degree. Now let us see what all facts do we get from the figure. Number one, let us find OP, and we have already seen that OP would be equal to A. PS and OQ would be equal because they are the sides, the opposite sides of the parallelogram, and opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal, so they would both be equal to B. OS is equal to R. Now we are considering that the angle between the two vectors is theta, and the angle which the resultant makes with vector A is beta. We are considering vector A to be the base line to represent the base, the reference line, and with respect to vector A's direction, we are finding the direction of resultant, and the angle theta represents the direction of vector B with respect to vector A. Now let us come on to the mathematical part. Keeping the figure for the diagrammatical representation here. Now see, from the right angle triangle SPN, this represents my right angle triangle. We know sine theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So in this figure, the perpendicular is SN and the hypotenuse is SP. So sine theta is equal to SN by SP. Now if I want to find SN, PS will go to the other side and get multiplied. So SN becomes equal to PS sine theta, and PS is nothing but equal to B, as we have already seen. So PS would be equal to B, and hence instead of PS I am writing B. Similarly, if I want to find cos theta in this triangle, we know cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. So base is PN and hypotenuse is PS. So cos theta would be PN upon PS. Again, if I cross multiply, PN becomes equal to PS cos theta, and PS is again equal to B. So I get PN is equal to B cos theta. Now we are going to apply Pythagoras theorem in the bigger right angle triangle ONS. So according to the Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So hypotenuse is OS. So OS square is equal to base, which is ON square plus perpendicular, that is SN square. Now ON can be represented as OP plus PN. So instead of writing ON, I am writing OP plus PN. So R square is equal to OP plus PN plus S square. So R square becomes equal to, in this A plus B whole square's identity is applied, I get OP square plus PN square plus 2 OP into PN. So this is the opening of A plus B whole square identity, and then I have SN square in the end. So we are straight away writing SN square. Now let us substitute the values. Now see, OP is equal to A. From the figure, OP is equal to A. So we are, instead of OP, we are writing A. Then PN, as we had already calculated, is equal to B cos theta. So instead of PN, we are writing B cos theta. Since PN square is there, so it will become P square cos square theta. Plus 2 into OP. OP again is A. So instead of OP, we are writing A. And PN is B cos theta. So we are writing B cos theta. Also we calculated SN to be B sin theta. So instead of SN square, we are writing B square sin square theta. So now let us go for the mathematical calculation. So r square is equal to a square. We are clubbing these two terms, b square cos square theta and b square sin square theta. So b square is common in both the terms. So I get b square common, and in the bracket we have cos square theta plus sin square theta. Then we are writing this term again, 2ab cos theta. Now we know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So instead of this, I'm just substituting it with 1. So r square becomes equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So r would be under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Now students, if you remember the value of magnitude that we calculated from triangular law of vector addition, there also we got r is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta under root. So we find that the value of resultant of a and b remains the same irrespective of whether we calculate it using triangular law of vector addition or parallelogram law of vector addition. Now let us see whether the direction of the resultant also remains the same. So again, for direction, here the direction is given by tan beta. So tan beta is equal to, look at the figure, tan beta is equal to perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular is Sn and base is On. So I am writing tan beta is equal to Sn upon On. Also, On is equal to OP plus PN. So instead of ON, we are writing OP plus PN. Now let us substitute the values. Sn is equal to B sin theta. So here we are writing Sn equal to B sin theta. OP is nothing but A. So we are writing OP as A, and PN, as we have already calculated, is B cos theta. So we are writing PN as B cos theta. So the direction of resultant is given by tan beta equal to B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So we again find that the value of the direction of the resultant also remains the same irrespective of whether we use parallelogram law of vector addition or triangular law of vector addition. So this is a very important question from your examination point of view, where you can be asked to give the statement of triangular law of vector addition or parallelogram law of vector addition, and hence calculate the value of magnitude and resultant, magnitude of resultant and direction of resultant using any of the two. So I hope this point is very clear to everybody. Thank you.